All right. Boom. Get my screen share going. Maybe. It's moving a little slow on me. All right. So, like I said, today's class is called Money Making Ideas. We're gonna talk about a few ways that you could utilize to make, some more money. For those of you guys that are new, I teach this class on Builderall. I like to describe Builderall as a foot rub for your business, because if you imagine coming home after a long day and someone's just like, "Let me rub your feet," that is what.
See, I got to get back on Builderall too.
What Builderall does for your business. It has overfilled your business online. So I've been using Builderall for, wait, hold on. Can't find my thing. Can y'all still hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I've been using Builderall for a few years to, like I said, build and scale my businesses online. But Builderall can be used as a business in itself, instead of just a tool to build your businesses. So that is what we are going to get into. But before I get started, y'all know how I like to do it. Is there anybody that would like to share their business, who they are, what they do, and how we could find you? You might want to share their.
Awesome. Go ahead.
Okay, yep. Go ahead.
Well, I thought somebody else was talking. I'm Fancy. I'll drop it in the chat. Daz was pretty good about always posting people information. So I appreciate that. But I do real estate investing primarily. Most of us dabble in a lot of other things, but I'm gonna just say that that's what I'm doing at the moment. Primarily I work with tax sales. So that's like when people don't pay their taxes on their property and it goes up for auction. So I will go to the auction and buy properties from there. So that's what I do, and that's my jam. So that's where you can find me.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Hi, peace and blessing. I'm Teresa Scott. One of the things that I do is I'm an affiliate for Legacy Ascending, and we just came out with an awesome video about building family wealth, and it is an awesome program. I'm working on getting my family together so we can work on doing it. But until I do it, I know that this will be a great product for people to do the family. So I'm going to drop the YouTube page in there so you can look at it, and also the Legacy Ascending. And if you have any more information, I'll drop my email so you can reach out to me if you want more information. But it is a great program, and I'm just blessed to be part of Legacy Ascending along with Daz and Mark Lewis. Peace and blessing.
Thank you for sharing. Is there anybody else that would like to share who they are, what they do, and how we can find you? I can take one more person. All right. So, like I said, today's class called Money Making Ideas. We're going to talk about some ways to make money with Builderall. If you want to build along, that's going to be the first link, the yellow link. You want to visit our website to sign up for these classes, get reminders. That's going to be the second link. If you're not in our group inside the Winners Tribe, that's the third link. If you want to be able to catch this replay and all the previous replays, you're going to find this our YouTube channel. After this class, we have an after build, so we build in the Discord for the in the voice chat. So that's this link, tips and donations. That's my Cash App. If you need extra help with any of the tools, that's my consultation link. So I'm gonna put this into the chat before I forget, so everybody has it. And this is already inside of the business DIY club group inside of the Winners Tribe. If you guys don't get it here. All right. So with Builderall, you can have emails, you can build funnels, you can build sales pages, webinars, apps, all that stuff. And like I said, you actually can utilize Builderall as a business itself. So we're gonna watch a couple of videos, just some ideas that you can you implement to make some money from the tools that are inside of Builderall. And so I like to say there's like 4 passion businesses and 4 profit businesses. And on the for-profit side, Builderall is definitely the move. I've built over 120 something digital assets in the time that I've had it. Some of them are still making money, some of them are outdated, but there's no limit to how many websites that you can essentially have. And just a little like backstory, one of the reasons that I even got into like affiliate marketing, online marketing, is because my clients that I was helping with their advertising campaigns were making millions of dollars per month from just having multiple websites up, aka businesses. So but we're gonna watch the Fiverr gigs and the start a blog video.
I'm James Neville Taylor with the Builderall team. What is Fiverr? So Fiverr is basically a freelance marketplace where people can offer their services starting at just $5. There are tons of different ways you can use Builderall for Fiverr gigs. From simple video wraps to full-blown websites, there's tons of different ways you can use Builderall to advertise on Fiverr. And not all products have to be $5. You can add extra services on for an extra price. And it's important to be very specific when you're listing your items on Fiverr. You need to let the customer know exactly what you will deliver and be very, very specific. If you're not specific, the customer could think that they're going to get a lot more from you for just $5. So if you don't want bad ratings or to have to do a lot more work than what you were originally expecting, make sure you're very, very specific with what you're going to provide. When you first start, you will have the ability to start with $5 to $995 gigs. But I would strongly recommend sticking with $5 gigs until you've built up a bit of a reputation on the platform. Once you progress and you get more reputation, you get more reviews and fulfill more gigs, you can have more premium gigs at higher prices. And never sell yourself short, even in the beginning. Value your time and how long gigs take you and price accordingly. When you're first getting started, you might have 15-minute gigs or 20-minute gigs, depending on how much you want to price your time for. Once you have orders coming in, you can even outsource the work and collect the profit. So for example, you might be able to hire someone from the Philippines for $5 an hour, and then your gigs take 15 minutes to complete each. So that's $20 an hour, minus the fees that Fiverr take, and you have yourself some profit without actually having to do the work. But of course you have to train these people you're outsourcing to on the Builderall platform first before you can do this. You also need to make sure you have enough work coming in before you do this, so you're not paying your workers for doing nothing. So now we've gone over a few of the do's and don'ts and tips and tricks of Fiverr gigs, let's jump into some actual examples of gigs that you can start with the Builderall platform. So there's a number of lower priced gigs that you can offer on Fiverr, starting at the $5 level. We're going to go through those first, and then we're going to work our way up to gigs that you would charge a little bit more for. So the first gig is the video wrapper. The video wrapper easily allows you to add images, text, videos, emojis, and whatever else you want on top of a video. So people will pay $5 for this all day long. And you can literally create it in less than a couple of minutes. So all you need to do is upload your video up to a maximum of 1 GB, and you can add objects, image, text, background colors, and anything to wrap around the image. So this is a really low barrier one, really low cost, and really low time investment. So you can literally pump these out in a few minutes once you get used to the tool. The next gig is the video tagger. So it's very similar to the video wrapper, except you can add clickable links inside your videos. So I'm going to go into this pre-made test, and you can see one of the images that I've added there. Once someone clicks on that image, they'll be taken through to the URL here. So you can add a phone number, you can add email, you can add a website. So at certain points in the video, you can have objects pop up where you can direct people to make a call, send an email, or direct them to a website. And again, this can be a very quick gig. It could be as simple as someone wanting a little call to action at the end of their video, or it could just be having a little object throughout the video with a clickable call to action. So another very short one, and one that easily people will pay $5 for. So the next gig we have is using the canvas. And I know what you're thinking, a full-blown funnel with the canvas is worth a lot more than $5, and it absolutely is. But a more easily done and cheaper gig can be actually planning out the funnel in a visual way, screenshotting it and sending them the actual funnel plan. So it can be as simple as actually going in and creating a new funnel and actually planning out the funnel for them. So you can plan out the landing page, what comes after the landing page, checkouts, upsells, downsells, and everything in between. You can create some very complex funnels. So make sure you put on your gig how many steps you're willing to do for $5. If someone wants a 100-step funnel for $5, that's not a good investment of time on your part. So perhaps you could design a 5-step funnel for $5, a 10-step funnel for $10, a 20-step funnel for $15, or something like that. So simply creating the funnel and then taking a screenshot here. And again, be very clear in your Fiverr gigs. Make sure you tell them that it's just a design of a funnel. It's not the actual funnel itself. The next small Fiverr gig uses the Design Studio. And the Design Studio can be used to make images inside of placeholders. So there's a number of ways you can use this tool on Fiverr. For example, you can use it to create product images. And again, you need to be very specific in your Fiverr gig that you're not creating the logo, you're not creating the product image itself. You're simply using their logo, using their product image to create an actual physical product image. You could add that on as an upsell, so maybe you could create the logo for $10, you could create the graphics for the product image for another $10, and then you could put it onto the physical image in the Design Studio for another $5. So there's lots of different ways that you can package and bundle stuff up, and I'm sure you can come up with a million other ways to package this up and offer different upsells inside Fiverr. You can add videos or GIFs inside the placeholders and use them for banners. The possibilities are endless inside the Design Studio. The next gig uses the Photo Studio, and with the Photo Studio you can create cool animated rotations, or you can create social media, images, logos, and more. So it's kind of like a mini Photoshop in what you can do. So here's an image that I uploaded earlier, and if I come into edit, you can see that you can change all the scale, the crop, the light, the color, the effects, add text, watermarks, and a lot more. So you can create beautiful images, beautiful social media images, and logos from within the Photo Studio. And with the app you can also create spinning 3D images so people can look at an item from all angles. So there's 3 mini gigs right there from within inside the Photo Studio: the social media images, the logo design, and the 3D rotation images right there. And they all take minimal time to set up, so you can easily price these at $5 a pop, and it still be worth the time investment. The next gig uses the Presentation Studio, and this is really cool because you can host presentations on Builderall and then give them the link to be able to present anywhere where there's an internet connection and a browser. So if they already have the images and the text that they want you to put into the Presentation Studio, this can be a very low cost, low time investment gig as well. So if they have like a 10-part presentation slide, you can easily come into the new presentation and create a presentation with 10 slides, inserting the text very, very quickly. So as always, make sure you make it very specific what you're going to include. You could have some upsells on this, maybe creating some content for them. But for the basic $5, you might want to do a 5 or a 10-part presentation, and then simply share the link with them and they can use it wherever they are. The next gig is a very, very simple one. It's just using the SEO report tool inside Builderall. So you can basically do an audit on someone's website. You ask them what keyword they want to rank for, and you ask which URL they're trying to rank. So for example, I'm going to use Builderall and builderall.com, and then it's going to give you the whole SEO report for that website. So you can simply come and take a screenshot of this report and send it to them. And that's very, very simple. You can have this gig done in under a minute. So definitely a really cool one that you can do for $5, which requires very, very minimal time investment. If you need to capture the whole page and you're not quite sure how, there's a number of Chrome extensions that you can use that will capture the whole page. I personally use full screen capture, but there's lots to choose from, and you can save it as a PDF or a PNG and send them the full report. And again, make sure you're very specific that you're only auditing their website. You're not going to be optimizing it yourself for $5. So this is going to be the last very low cost, very easy to create example that I'm going to show you, and that is one-page websites. So you can have one-page website templates which you can edit very, very quickly. So for example, all you need to do is change a couple of buttons, change the logo, and you're done. For example, a bridge page for an affiliate product or a product you're promoting, all you'd need to do is change your logo, change your link in the button, and maybe a couple of different elements on the page, and you're ready to go. So that can literally take 5 or 10 minutes just to edit a one-page website for someone. Now moving on to some of the higher priced Fiverr gigs that you can move on to once you've got more of a reputation and you're more established, we're going to be sticking in the Pixel Perfect Builder, because building more than one-page websites is a good Fiverr gig, which is more than the initial $5. So for example, you can build agency websites, you could build vet websites, you can build hairdresser websites, you can build any kind of website for any kind of business, which is going to be more than one page. So it's going to be more than $5. But that can be done from one of the templates, so you don't have to build it completely from scratch. The more templates that you've edited and the more customers you've served, the more templates you're going to have to play with, and it's going to take you less and less time the more customers you've served. So the next Fiverr gig uses the animated video creator, and animated videos or explainer videos using animations and whiteboard explanations are in very high demand on Fiverr. You can charge upwards of a couple of $100 for some of these, and of course they do take a little bit of effort to create. So using the animated video creator inside of Builderall, you can create animated videos quite quickly and easily, and you can even use some of the pre-done for you templates as a starting point. So it all depends on how much you want to charge, how many different animations you want to do, and again, make sure you're very specific in your descriptions, telling your customers how long they can expect for the price. So the next gig uses the script generator, and the script generator can create all sorts of scripts for webinars, for videos, sales letters, and everything in between. So you can see what scripts are included here. You can tell people exactly what kind of scripts that you can generate for them, and there's lots of different scripts that you can give people. You could charge $20 or so for the first script and maybe $5 or $10 for the next script, because the script generation is easy. The first part is not so easy. The script generation is fast and easy. What comes before the script generation is not so fast. So first off, you have to create an avatar, and creating an avatar takes a little bit of time. So you need to get this information from your customer on Fiverr. So you're going to have to ask through some kind of survey each of these questions where they can fill in, so you can fill it in yourself. Once you've created the avatar, you can generate script after script after script, but it's creating the avatar which takes the most amount of time and effort. So the next gig utilizes the magazine editor. And of course with the magazine editor you can create fully blown magazines. You can use one of the pre-made templates as a starting point and then fill in the blanks. So obviously you want to grab the content from the customer to put into the magazine. So for example, you might want to create a 10-page magazine for $50, a 20-page magazine for $75, and a 30-page magazine for $100, for example. And again, be very clear in your description that you are not creating the content for them and that you're doing a set amount of pages for a set price. Another great idea is creating Facebook chatbots for people. It's especially important to be specific on this one because Facebook chatbots can get very long, very big, and very complicated. So make sure you specify that you're only going to do 5 steps or 10 steps or 50 steps. You can make it even easier by having set templates for different industries and then just swapping out some links, some names, some company logos and other things from the templates. So once you have some templates, you might be able to set up a small 5-step chatbot for $50 or a full-blown automation bot for $1,000. So as you can see from this example, this is still a relatively small chatbot flow, but it's not something you'd want to create for a mere $50. I know some people who create chatbot flows for people and they charge no less than $2,000 per chatbot. So there's real potential to charge premium prices in the chatbot world. So the next gig is the Builderall Sitebot, and this works in a similar way to the chatbot except you don't capture leads. It's like a chatbot that's on your website. It doesn't use Facebook or any external platform. It just uses the information that you put into it. So again, you can create complicated flows within the Sitebot. You can use it to greet people to your website or take people through step by step on what you want them to do while they're on your website. So it's another gig that you can charge a good premium for. I don't see many people utilizing a Sitebot on their website, but it's a great way to get some more interaction. So last but not least, uses the application builder. And this is another great tool that you can charge pretty premium for gigs on Fiverr. Mobile applications aren't cheap, especially with some of the applications that you can build inside the Builderall app builder. So the app builder allows you to build all sorts of different apps. If you go look on Fiverr, you'll see even basic apps cost a few $100s for someone to create. So this is another one. If you can learn how to use the tool, you can make a nice premium from Fiverr gigs. So I hope you learned a lot about how you can use the Builderall platform for many different types of Fiverr gigs. Again, remember to start small, build up your reputation before you start going for some of the bigger gigs. Just like anywhere, your reputation is the most important. So be specific about what you're going to deliver and then over-deliver on what you've promised to get a stellar reputation on Fiverr. Never sell yourself short and price yourself at the value of your time. So in this video we went over Builderall business ideas, Fiverr gigs.
Go. So 1 for yes, 2 for no. Who learned something that they could monetize today? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Good. So yeah, like as I said, I'm barely talked about like that Builderall is a business itself. And the service industry. So like let's back up just a little bit. Like we hitting the recession, things are a little iffy on the job front. So being able to monetize skill sets can be the equivalent of a part-time job, additional income. And with Fiverr, you can set it up to where you have a profile and you are not necessarily relying on just Fiverr traffic. You're putting it out there, the services that you do offer, and then you give them your Fiverr profile basically to book the gig with you. So you don't have to set it up to where you're just relying from the traffic to come from Fiverr. But as you've seen, Builderall does have a lot of tools that you can monetize individually by learning how to work the tool. Now, 2 tools that it said it does not have anymore. So it doesn't have that video, animated video creator. I used to love that tool, but it don't have it anymore. And the presentation studio, they don't have that tool anymore. But all the rest of them they have. So this next one we're going to watch is about starting a blog as a business. So I have over a dozen blogs to this day. They still earn me passive income for different affiliate offers. So that's one way that I've used to monetize blogs. But we're gonna watch this video on how to use the blog builder with Builderall to make some money.
Hi, it's Terry Stevenson of the Builderall team, and I'd like to welcome you to this training video in the Builderall Business Ideas series. In today's video, we're going to learn all about starting a blog for your business. Starting a blog for your business requires really understanding the territory of what that means. In this training video, we're going to cover a lot of background information that I hope will help you determine what kind of a blog you want to create, how to tie it into your business, how to monetize it and get a return, and some fundamental information that will help you craft a strategy for starting a blog for your business. Everybody's business is different, and we all create blogs for different reasons. So this information is intended to broaden your knowledge and inform you on the kinds of questions you're going to need to ask yourself as you enter the blogosphere. Some of the topics we are going to be discussing in this training, we're going to take a look at the blog sharing statistics. We're also going to take a look at blogging growth statistics. There are other statistics that can also affect your blog rankings, so we're going to explore those a little bit. We're going to talk about what is the optimum post length and what is the perfect content length in terms of consumption when you get it out there in the blogosphere working for you. We'll take a look at the frequently asked questions. How frequently should we publish? And most importantly, we're going to take an honest look at how long it should take to write an average blog post. Armed with this information, then you'll be able to craft the perfect strategy for your situation and build it in Builderall. If you're new to blogging, most likely you're starting out blogging as a solo blogger. That means you don't have a staff of writers or graphic designers, and you're just beginning to think about having a blog for your business. In the beginning, for most bloggers, it's you alone holding up the strength and success of your blog. For this discussion, we're going to talk about a formal blog. In this sense, I'm talking about publishing in-depth articles about specific subjects in niche markets. A lot of people may confuse blogging with any type of social media posting. And for this discussion, we're going to be talking about regularly publishing written articles about niche subjects. While those other forms of social media postings definitely relate to blogging and have a great impact on the success of your blog, starting a blog for your business is a bit more than just creating a social media page and making sure you post once a day. First question you should ask yourself is, are you passionate about your subject? Blogging is serious work and requires the dedication and commitment to a subject over the long term. For that reason, you'll want to be passionate about whatever it is that you're writing about. You're going to need that passion to drive you through the months and years to come. If you're starting a blog for your business, hopefully you're already passionate about your business. Over the long term, you'll have those times where you're perhaps not quite as passionate as you'd like to be. So it needs to be a subject that touches you, moves you, where you can ignite the passion and tune into that passion to get you through those times of writer's block or when you're having a difficulty finding something to write about. The next question, are you knowledgeable about your subject? If you don't know enough about a subject, you're going to have to learn about it. And you can do that with blogging. Just be aware that you must really be publishing articles of value. You must have enough knowledge about a subject to give value to your audience and be seen as the expert. So if you don't know enough about a subject, you better get ready to be able to learn about it. And you can make that work for you by staying current with knowledge in your field. Passion alone isn't enough to drive a blog. That subject needs to be wide enough and general enough that you can easily find material and content of value to share with your audience on a regular basis. The next question is a big one. Are you willing to commit to long-term strategy? Developing a blog takes time. Once you begin, consistency matters. Decide at the beginning how often you're going to post an article for your blog and commit to it. It's okay to start with a lower frequency at first. Consistency is the key. As you grow your audience, you want your audience looking forward to those days when they know you're going to be publishing. So whatever that frequency is, if you want to start with publishing once a month, that's fine. Make certain that you create a wonderful article of value to your audience every single month. If you're going to commit to publishing 3 times a week, make sure you stick to the plan and work it. It will work for you in the long term as you develop that relationship between you and your audience. As a solo blogger, likely you're going to start slow. So it's important to start slow and stay consistent. You can add supplemental posts on social media and up your frequency as time moves on and you grow your audience. But for now, it's really important to start slow, shoot for quality, and stay consistent. As you're building your initial strategy, keep in mind that as you grow, you can begin to build a team and delegate some of the work of the blog to those you add to your team. Finding a good freelance copywriter is an excellent option for an entrepreneur that's just too busy to write in-depth articles as frequently as perhaps they'd like to. So keep in mind, as your business grows and your blog starts to draw more of an audience and get you more results, you may want to start to build a team of your own and delegate some of those time-consuming tasks to those on your team. As you grow over time and with the proper personnel in place, it's easier to scale appropriately as your business grows. As you scale in your business, you can scale your blog to bring in even more results. Keeping these facts in mind as you begin an initial strategy helps you see how you can scale appropriately over time. Now let's talk about sharing statistics. Sharing statistics are really important to look at from 2 different vantage points. We often only think about people sharing the blog posts that we write and the impact that has on our business. We're going to look at some surprising statistics that will give us a much broader look at how important sharing is in the blogosphere. And our very first statistic is really surprising. Blogs with social presence who share 15 plus posts are getting 1,200 new leads per month. How would you like to have 1,200 new leads per month? Here you can see why a strategy of creating at least 15 posts a month is a great benefit when you're building your business. According to a New York Times study, 94% of people who share a blog content do it to help other people. Isn't that a wonderful statistic? So keep in mind, it's not only the audience of the reader that you're reaching, it's also their friends and family and those they care about. Similarly, 84% of the people will happily share a post to support causes or issues that they care about. And blog posts are the best kind of content shared on Twitter, according to Express Writers. Too often, we think that Twitter is limited to just a few characters, but when you're sharing a blog post, you can limit your share to the characters and still get the effectiveness of being the best kind of content shared on Twitter. Now, how big is sharing on the internet? From AOL, this astounding statistic, 47 million pieces of content are shared every day, according to AOL. And on social media, 23% of all social media posts now include a link to a blog post. So if you're writing a blog of value, you're going to get shared more on social media. Those platforms are seeking quality content to share on their social media platforms. So why not get ahead of the game and create the content that they're looking to share and multiply your reach? Now, here's an amazing statistic. 60%, that's over half, of blog posts convert with just a mention of a product or a brand name. That's some marketing power there that you can take use of if you have quality content in a niche market and reaching the right audience for brands and products that are looking for customers just like yours. Women share more blog posts than men, so be sure you're reaching the women with your content. It's important to notice as we take a look at these blog sharing statistics that successful sharing strategies require reciprocity. That means that it behooves you to share content of others that you find useful if you want them to share your content. So when you come across something that's relevant, that's perfect for your niche, and provides value to your audience, reciprocate by sharing that post to your audience. Now let's take a look and see just how big content marketing really is. 4 out of 5 websites now use blogs, and the content marketing industry is projected to grow at a rate of about 16% annually. This isn't a current figure, but in 2016, it was $195.58 billion. According to Marketing Profs, the industry itself is worth $300 billion this year. And in 2021, it is expected it will reach to be worth $412 billion. That's huge. When you really take a look at these figures, it's easy to see why creating a blog for your business is a great business decision and one worth sticking to and nursing and growing over time. Now let's take a look at some more important statistics to be aware of as we're creating a strategy for building a blog for your business. 81% of business-to-business companies use a blog as a content marketing tactic. So if you're doing business with a business, offering services or products, it's a wise idea to use your blog as a means of contacting your customers and clients, as well as really building your brand identity. It's important to realize that 77% of internet users, of everybody on the internet, now read blogs or have subscribed to at least a few blogs. Here's a powerful statistic. 56% of bloggers have successfully used their blogs to establish their company or themselves as a thought leader in the industry. This is where you build your expertise and you build your brand. I found this interesting. 63% of online users trust blogs with multiple authors. So if you're a solo blogger, perhaps invite a friend or an associate to write a blog as a guest author. 36% of readers find a blog post with case studies as credible. So case studies can really increase and lift your credibility. 28% of readers find a blog post with how-to guides as credible. But in contrast, only 12% of readers find news as credible. So if you are regurgitating or reposting news, it may not hold a whole lot of weight with your audience. 23% of readers think that bad content affects their trust in a blog. And if they don't trust the blog, your credibility as a business goes down. Quality really matters. And it looks like, because we are all bombarded with so much media today and take in so much, 36% of people prefer a list-based headliners. And I think these last two statistics are particularly worth noting. 60% of consumers feel connected to a brand after reading custom content. And 47% of consumers read 3 to 5 blog posts before they make a buying decision. 65% of marketers still struggle to correctly define what content is effective. This is a great motivation for you to become an excellent content marketer, because you'll have the advantage over all the competition just by your expertise. That's what makes great content marketers really valuable. And here's a very valuable statistic. Blog posts with media get 94% more views. There's no doubt about it. You need some great graphics or great video to really capture your audience and get their attention and get them sharing it with their friends and family. And while this may seem an obvious action, only 29% of creative professionals reuse and repurpose blog content to use on different platforms. This is an advantage just waiting to happen, especially with all the great tools we have in the Builderall platform that make that easy. And 69% of professionals now have to admit that content marketing is far superior to direct mail. If you're not motivated enough to learn the skills to be an effective blogger for your business, look at these statistics. In terms of price, content marketing outsourcing can cost from as low on the low end, $500 per month, and can go up to $20,000 or more per month for a small to medium project. Content marketing is so effective that professionals are willing to pay top dollar for quality content marketing skills. These are just a few of those odd statistics that I kind of lumped together here when I was doing the research to create this training. And I really hope you find them valuable, because I'm sure at some point or another, depending on your niche or your style or your needs of the moment, it might be wise to remember one or more of these statistics. I hope you find them valuable as you begin to flesh out your own blogging strategy for your business. Now let's talk about word count. What is the optimum post length? The average word count of a top-ranked post in Google is between 1,140 and 1,285 words. Longer, in-depth, long-form content can generate 10 times more leads than shorter content. The average post length has increased around 30% between 2014 and 2018 from 808 words to 1,150 words. And around 60% of bloggers reported very strong results for posts consisting of 2,000 or more words. Now, let this sink in. The ratio is 16:1 for blog posts below 1,000 words to a blog post above 2,000 words. Here is a huge advantage. If you're wanting to rank higher, go for the long posts, go for the higher word counts. Longer content gets more shares. Posts in the 3,000 to 10,000 word range perform best because they have a better connection for those long tail keywords that can really help you rank higher. For high competition keywords, you're going to have to even go a little bit further. The links should be between 2,200 and 2,500 words per blog post. 200 word content is labeled as thin content by Google, so that's a big no-no, and less than 20% of companies strive to produce content longer than 800 words, so here's a great place to stand out and take that advantage. There's no doubt about it, word count matters. Now let's look at word count from a different perspective. From the user perspective, the perfect content length for reading is 7 minutes. On average, less than 60% of users only read more than half of the post, so you can't count on your readers and audience following through and reading the entire post. 43% of readers have a habit of skimming blog posts, and the average reader only spends fewer than 37 seconds reading a blog post. So how do you decide how long your word count should be? This becomes a really personal decision and a balancing act for each and every article or blog post you create. Taking all of this information into consideration as you publish each article will help you maintain a balance between optimum consumable length for your audience and your optimum word count for SEO advantages. An obvious question to ask as you're considering starting a blog for your business is how often are you going to publish a blog article? Fewer than 10% of bloggers write 6 or more posts a week. That's one way to outwork your competitors and grab a market niche. It's very important to note that 60% of bloggers who are posting daily reported very strong returns. In fact, take a look at this interesting statistic. A 100% increase in your total blog posts increases your traffic to 300%. Now, the way this works is if you have 50 blog posts with 1,000 visitors a month, your total blog posts increase from 50 to 100. That would drive more traffic to the site from 1,000 to 3,000 visitors a month. Now that is really motivating to increase your total blog posts. As you're mapping out your content marketing strategy, you'll want to know that companies with 401 or more blog posts secure 3 times more leads than companies with 100 or fewer blog posts. So you're definitely going to want to get above that 100 blog posts with the goal of getting over 400. Then you can watch more leads come into your business. You know what that means. More leads translates into more conversions and more money. Companies publishing more than 16 blog posts per month secured 3.5 times more traffic than those with 4 or fewer posts per month. It might be okay to start out with a blog post a week just to get your feet wet, but you're going to want to build your posts up to regularly posting at least 16 blog posts per month if you want to generate more traffic. Now, I've highlighted this last statistic because 70% of marketers do not actually have or do not stick to a consistent strategy. This is the perfect opportunity for you to rise and shine. Be one of the elite. Be one of those 30% that have a content marketing strategy and then stick to it. Now let's talk about a very important subject, time investment. We're going to get down to the nitty-gritty and find out how much sweat equity it's going to take to really create and publish a successful and profitable blog for your business. In 2016, the average writer took 2 hours and 35 minutes to write an average post, whereas in 2018, the average writer took 3 hours and 30 minutes to write an average post. As you can see, someone's going to have to invest time to create the quality content that you're going to be publishing on your blog. Around 40% of the writers who spent 6+ hours writing an average post reported very strong results. So the more time and care you spend crafting your articles, the better results you're going to have. But remember, 75% of blog traffic is generated by older posts. Your blog posts are evergreen resources for your business. That's why even the older posts keep generating traffic to your site. It's well worth the effort and time involved to create something of quality and value. 55% of marketers say the blog is their top inbound marketing strategy. It's important to keep your post titles between 6 to 13 words for the best click-through rate, or CTR. Small businesses with blogs get 126% more lead growth than those without a blog. What a great way to really start to bring in new clients, new business, and boost your brand simply by adding a blog. 54% of successful blog posts contain at least one media item, either an image, a video, or some audio. These are wonderful boosts to all your blog posts, so don't miss out on the opportunity to add some creativity with your media. 49% of successful blog posts contain at least one list item. People love lists, and if you can create even a short list, it will boost your success rate. One of the most important statistics I think I can share with you, though, is 70% of writers who worked along with a minimum of one editor reported very strong results. Find an editor, whether it's a friend, a spouse, a colleague. You'll be surprised how important it will be to have another set of eyes on your work as you're creating and generating great content of value. There's no doubt about it. It takes a lot of time and planning to create and sustain a valuable resource like a blog. Know that going in, and then as you can, build your team to help you keep it up to the standards and keep you at the top of your game. We've talked about a lot in this training video, but when it really comes down to it, if you're looking to start a blog for your business, the most important thing you can do is just do it. We've learned a lot of tips, though, that can help you propel your blog into greater success and begin to build the longevity of great content right away. We learned to spend 6+ hours per article will reap you the highest rewards as far as time spent generating great content. We learned it's a good idea to publish a minimum of 3 times a week and to seek help from editors and collaborate in a team if possible. Make sure you add engaging media like images, videos, and audios, and tweak and update your old content regularly. Research all your work well and focus on current, up-to-date, valuable information. If you focus on 3 metrics, quality content, regular publishing, and good design, you just can't go wrong. Now, I know this video has been more about learning about the statistics and the terrain and the concepts of how to build a strategy for content marketing for your business. We didn't talk about any of the awesome tools that Builderall has to make it easy. Whether you're using the script generator to generate some content, tracking your links with all the wonderful methods of analytics and the link trackers. And don't forget, we have wonderful design elements like the video wrapper. There's really too many wonderful tools that are going to directly apply to your success as a blogger already in your back office. So what are you waiting for? Just do it. Begin, commit, refine, and then grow. I hope you enjoyed this training video. I really did my best to bring you current and up-to-date information that can help you formulate your strategy for a successful blog, customized for your business and your needs. One thing I know for sure, it's easy to build it better with Builderall. And I look forward to seeing you in the community or in the next training video.
All right, so whether y'all know or not, blogging is kind of near and dear to my heart when it comes to marketing. I actually hit my first 6 figures from developing content for affiliates, and really specializing in blog. So I actually have a content collaging formula that I use to produce blog content at scale. I did put the document that I was going off of, that this video was on, in the chat. So if you guys are not in the Winners Tribe already, I do have a training on content collaging. If you guys go to the YouTube channel, I have a training on there called Blog Books that can help you to be able to understand how to implement. That'll help you to be able to implement blogging. Any questions on any of that? One
I
for
have a
yes,
question
2
per
for
se. Oh, sorry.
No, did you learn something new?
I was just gonna say it was a lot of information. It was a lot of, but it was good. Shh, I'm talking. Talking to who? Yeah, it was just a lot of information, but I like how she linked doing certain things like having the blog, how that drives your statistics and not to just do it all willy-nilly, but you're targeting specific demographics like women because they know that they happen to just share more information like blogs, and how many leads that potentially generates. And if you're generating leads, again, how are you going to keep up the marketing so that you can turn that into something that's profitable? So I think a lot of folks, like, it's like we probably, like, even me, I'm like, I think I'd be on the cusp of a lot of things, or if I don't even already have the information, and it's really just repackaging, rebranding, and making sure that it's palatable and like she said, current, and so that the information is out there.
Yeah, and I mean, like, there's like other tricks you could do, like looking up like the Twitter trending of the day and write on that. It helps with like your SEO. Like I said, I did a training called Blog Bugs, and it goes a little further in it. But from experience, like, blogging works. I've been blogging for 7 years now, and it causes me to not have to work as frequent, or even as hard. That's why, like, social media is a little harder for me to get my head around, and as much time and as much posting as it takes, because you don't really have to do that with blogging. Y'all hear me call it sticky content marketing, because you literally can get 2 to 5 years off of each blog or YouTube video that you create. So I challenge y'all to implement this into your business. You can do it all kind of stuff. If you're doing affiliate marketing, you can do all kind of, like I said, articles. You can put your banner ads on them. I make my own banner ads on my blogs. I do my own content. I have recently started outsourcing, so if you guys need some resources on that, I do outsource my blog content. I have people who are trained on my actual content collagen formula, which helps to be able to have that fluff in between, specific articles. Miss Rissa, you got a question?
Yes, I like the fact. So what she was saying, that you got to do like four blogs a week in order to to get your like your clientele up, because it's like 16 bucks a month. I remember before you were saying how to, like, what you call it when you said it's called collagen. How you just
The
mix
content
different
collagen?
and your
Yeah.
content collagen, right? Yeah. So that's something that I was doing, because while you was doing, I was looking at a site that I could do. But I like also what she said about getting someone else, and it was, well, I was thinking of both of them, paying someone else to do some of your blogging for you. If that's a problem, going on Fiverr and paying someone else to do some of the stuff for you, and then doing it from there. Because I know sometimes when I'm doing writing stuff, I gotta get like a block, but having a Fiverr, paying someone else to do the writing probably would help me. Then I can get more content out. So all I have to do is just, I got the subjects. I have the what do you call it? The titles. Just got to get the words to go with the title. So I'm excited about that. Thank you very much. It's a great class. I'm glad I got on. Appreciate it.
Also, and then, so I'll give you guys a tip on that. If you come here, like, you guys see how I'm on the Google Doc that I teach from, and you go to the tools, you can come here to voice typing and talk, and it'll type what you're talking. And I do that because I can articulate better verbally. It has a different sound for my writing, so I like it better that way. And then I just come back here after I did the voice typing, and I do the spelling and grammar check. You also have your word count right here. So you just highlight all your words, and it'll count all the words that are highlighted. So like they said, I keep my old blog articles. Google doesn't penalize you for duplicate content anymore. They used to, but now they don't really care. You just change like different variances, update different parts of it, but it really does help. So I challenge you guys, start with once a week, right? You start with once a week. If you, like I said, if you go in here where it says group right here, go to Winners Tribe group. That content collaging one is in there, but starting with just one article a week is something that is great. Now, when it comes to quality of leads, people who are in higher earning income brackets, they are not on social media all day, but they are blog readers. So that's like, if you're thinking like, oh, if you're in those situations, I've been in this situation where I felt like my audience couldn't afford my services and I don't want to undervalue myself. So I had to think about how to attract, those that higher, earning tier of an audience. And blogging was one of the ways that I was able to do that. So overall, I just wanted, to just talk about money making methods, be able to talk about how to monetize Builderall itself. Y'all know I've Builderall for almost 5 years now. And it helps me to be able to dollar cost average into Bitcoin because they pay me in Bitcoin. All my clients that I built their sites, they have to have Builderall for hosting. So it's a good way to build some residual income, right? Residual income is a must. Like sales is cool, but it's really sporadic and up. So you do need to have some things that are consistent in the income realm. Anybody else have any questions?
As I could remember, did you say you was gonna provide the video in one of the groups or chats or something?
Yeah, so let me share this document again in the chat. This document has the group on it where it says, hold on, let me get this out the way. All right, so it has the group right here, as far as the content collaging, and this actual document is in there as well, saved. And then all these videos are on this doc as well.
Got it. Right.
Like I said, if you guys want to build along, that's the yellow link. Don't go to builderall.com. Don't do me, y'all. I've had people do that to me. But yeah, I just like to be able to have income streams on demand. You can definitely monetize skill sets, and that's where the world is coming to. When things get thick and you got skill sets, you can survive and thrive. Any other questions? Well, y'all know I'm going to be in the Discord for the after build. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. And next week, we're going to just go over some more ways that we can monetize having Builderall. Blessings, good fortune, and may the profits forever be in your favor.
Peace and blessing, everyone. Have a good night.
Yes,
Thank you.
indeed. Thank you. I got to get back on here. There's just too much good tools in here. Too many.
Great class, all right.
Telling y'all, I love Builderall, man. There's a lot of money to be made with that tool. It's so exciting.
Because you just reiterated, yeah. I mean, just slowing it down and plugging in on just building the magazine. Because I was looking at something talking about magazines a couple of weeks ago, and I said that's what I would like to do for some of the businesses I'm in. But I just brought it back, clearly to have my own stuff so I can build my own and have, pay for, everything right in this system and everything. So definitely I could do that. I like what I saw, what you reiterated. I already got a link to it, but it's all good. I'm still gonna plug in. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all, build something. Let me test it out. Post it in the group. Let's start subscribing to each other's blogs. Share the content that you guys.
That's what I got to work. Yeah, build a blog. Yeah, you right about that. The blog done right and everything. That material is going to be there, and like you said, it'll help you monetize a little bit more. Like you said, everybody's not the social media savvy person, but you put it out there in the right places enough. That blog is just as good as It depends on how it's written, but if it's done right, it's just as good as advertising a website and the way it can be set up.
It is, and it works like a net. You can, monetize in multiple ways on the blog, like being able to, get the leads, but also being able to use the banner ad space and be able to actually rent that space out to other businesses. Like blogging is multidimensional when it comes to earning, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I will see you guys next week. I'll see you guys in the group. I am going live for Money Making Mondays at 5:30 Eastern tomorrow. So we'll be talking about another money making method. And I'll be doing Money Making Mondays through December. So all of December, look for that inside the Winners Tribe group at 5:30 Eastern.
Okay. Definitely we'll be doing that. I'll see if I can get on tomorrow. Yes, indeed. Every little bit of tweaking and training can definitely change everything.